Preparing to live stream. Yeah, see, when I did it earlier today, I like saw me on live stream. Yeah, there we are. Video unavailable. Why is that happening? This video is private. I don't understand. See, it's still coming up as my wrong
Is that on Facebook?
switch account. Okay, so it was videotaping. Okay, so it's been videotaped. No, I'm recording it onto YouTube. So it was videotaping, but because it defaulted to, I have two YouTube accounts. I don't know. I got to deactivate one of them because it keeps defaulting to the wrong one. So we are ready to rock and roll. Tina should be joining us soon. And so I'm going to, okay, I'm back on. I can now see you, Gay. I'm back. And you can see my hands large, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to get started. Let me first of all show you the magnificence. So I have to be honest with you, when I saw this viewfinder, it took me back to my childhood, right? Like I love the viewfinder.
I love that page.
This is the Cricut. These are the Cricut cuts that came with Sweet Memories. So if you're watching this later on, I did already create 8 kits, so I have a couple extra. Hopefully you've already bought it for me. If not, you can contact me and I can give you my PDF file. But you do have to buy the PDF files. Like you have to buy the files. They're only $10. And it has a lot of stuff in it. So I fell in love with this one. It's actually a pretty simple layout. It's just a lot of Cricut cutting that I've already done for you. We did do some distressing. Just this paper I felt like lent itself to distressing. So I just used the side of my scissors and scraped the paper so it reveals the white core of our paper. And then I used some pink, which Lord knows where it was. I had it right over there and I was making cards with it. The ink, the pink ink that it's a new color, antique something. It's a new color.
Not, not the ones you gave me.
And I couldn't find it anywhere. Hey, Miss Tina made it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Well, you can use the one that we had and we'll find a different one here, but it just was killing me that that ink was just here last week and now it's gone.
Well, you gave me two.
Yeah.
Laura.
Yeah.
Pixie and Flamingo. That's not what you're talking about.
No, this was a distress oxide is what I had that matched it perfectly. But I just used it to edge the mats because until you have your pictures on, the mats kind of just disappeared. So there's pages 1 and 2. I'm just showing you ahead of time before we get started. And our basis for pages 1 and 2 is the light gray. So I'm going to go in and pull out of your coordinating cardstock pack for Sweet Memories. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the light gray. That is your basis for pages 1 and 2. And I use that on the light side. Now you can certainly switch it over and use it on the dark side if you prefer, but I liked it on the light side for this one. All right, and then 3 and 4. We have, once again, there's the camera that I made for you on the Cricut, and the only thing that you are going, this is not distressed, this is just all the paper is edged in that pink to give it a little more antique to look. And then this flower topper right here, you will put some pink ink on so that it pops up from that base. The rest of this is all stickers. So the only thing that is die cut on this one is that the Cricut cut is the camera that I gave you. And for this one, your basis is the mist cardstock, and that is on the dark side. Wait, yeah, it's on the dark side. So that's for pages 3 and 4. And then for pages 5 and 6, so this one's going to be an easy page to put together because there's no distressing of any kind. There's no inking or no distressing. So the only thing that you'll be doing is you will be gluing these little guys come out of this pack. And so what you'll be doing with these is you'll just be gluing these onto some of your mist paper. Please tell me you have 3 of each. Well, crud. Okay. So you'll just be gluing these onto some background paper and then trimming them out by hand. So that's the only thing on that one that's, you know, any kind of thing. And that one is the sage. This is that sage? No, that's not sage. It's sage. That's your sage, and that's on the dark side as well.
I don't have that. I don't think.
You don't have the green in your pack?
Oh, I thought the other side was a white. It was so light in here. So it's a light green and a light sage and a dark sage, or a
Yes,
dark.
ma'am. I use it on the dark side.
Okay.
I'm taking everything out. So it would have been with my extra cardstock, right?
Cardstock, yes.
Yeah, I only have white. What's left now is white and, oh wait, maybe I'm just not seeing it. Wait a minute, I'm wrong. I found it. Sorry. It's stuck.
It should be there, yeah. Okay, so what else came in your kit? What else you'll need for tonight is the gray dots. And that has dots, stars, and hearts. And Gay, I don't know if I had these for you or not because I've got them on order. So they should be here anytime. But you don't need them right yet. You can add those afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I'll be working on this for a while. I may be working on this weekend.
I don't have those either, Laura.
Okay, yeah, I've got them on order.
Okay.
I don't know if they have them here either. Oh, do you? Okay.
What?
These dots. Yeah. Okay, so then we have the Sweet Memories die cuts, and we have the paper pack, and then we also have somewhere the rest of the mix-ins.
Yes. I did bring this.
Yay!
I was like, give me this.
Okay, and then the rest of our mix-ins. So what we're gonna have to do is cut all of our zip strips off. So if you want to go ahead, probably they've already done it here. Yeah. No, I'm okay. Unless you want to do some.
I mean, if you need me to help you, I can. Yeah, since you're cutting the majority of my stuff. It would be nice.
Cut the zip strips for me, huh? All right, so our zip strips are a 1/2 inch. Gay, have you already cut all your zip strips off?
No, not all of them. I started it.
I don't have any.
And we are gonna keep hold of those zip strips, so don't get rid of, don't throw them away. We're gonna be using those, not necessarily for this layout, but I did use them in the leftover kit. And my leftover kit, I just showed it to them over here. It's beautiful, if I do say so myself. I'm really happy with my leftover kit. And I've got one more thing to do with this leftover kit. I'm trying to burn up all of the leftovers from Sweet Memories. There weren't enough for the birthday one that we just did, but I'm trying to burn up the rest of those Sweet Memories ones, and I'm making a master board, and I'm going to cut that master board down to make one more layout. So that's just going to be a fun extra little thing I'm going to do. So they'll actually have 8 pages to do when we do our leftover kit.
Can you show the leftover kit? Is it just one? Is it together or it's not together?
Yep, I finished them. Hang on, I'll go get it. Actually, you could do that. You want to go get the leftovers over there? I'm going to start advertising that soon. I just finished my leftover pages today. What I usually try to do, and it's actually Teresa and Kathy Spencer's fault, because they were making, yeah, that's part of it. They were making the pages out of our catalog that is for using the mix-in paper.
Right.
And so when I wanted to beef up some extra paper and use the mix-ins, like I didn't want my customers to be left with all these extra bits. And so I started using the mix-ins to recreate, to the best of my ability, the mix-in pages, or at least inspiration from the mix-in pages in our book. So I started kind of with doing that and then just went from there. So these are the pages. So we are doing, there's only there's only really two more pages I could get out of the birthday kit. So these are the two pages left from the birthday kit. And this one I did put flip flaps on, but of course that's, that's your thing if you wanted to do that or not. And I used the happy birthday die cuts from the card kit. I thought that
That's
card
so nice.
such a pretty happy birthday. So that's the leftovers from what we did last week. And then pages 3 and 4 is this one.
Oh, very nice.
So, and again, that's scraps from this kit, and those black ones are mix-ins. So, it's scraps and inking. And then the last two I just finished today, and because I didn't have much left, like much of anything left at all to embellish with, I ended up using some die cuts. So just some of your extra paper with some heart die cuts. So this is the one that was in the book, similar in the book, so you can see it to see. Mine's different, but it's got that same vibe to it. So yeah, that's the last three. And then the last thing I'll be doing, like I said, I'll be making a master board, and I'll finish that up tonight. All right. So we ready to get started?
I'm not, but go away from me.
All right, so the first thing that we are cutting is our hero paper, and that is this paper with the little tiny viewfinders and the florals. And this is not directional. All the words go all kinds of different ways, so not directional at all.
Okay.
And your first cut is at 4 inches. Now this big old piece, that's a scrap. That's a scrap for your next class. All right, so we're going to turn this 4-inch piece short, and we're going to cut it at 8. The 4x8 goes on page 2. And then we're going to, your other piece is the 4x4 piece. You're going to just keep scooting that in so it's in the same direction. And we're going to cut that at 2 inches. So you have 2 2x4s.
Are you recording this?
I am.
Okay, because I may not keep up with you.
All right. Well, I'm watching you to see that you're keeping up. So you have 2 2x4s.
Uh-huh. Where do they
All
go?
right. They both go on page 1.
Both.
Yep. Both of them go on page 1. So what I did with these, just so that you will see, is instead of cutting 2 strips that's 12 inches, this doesn't go all the way across. So this is a 2-inch piece and this is a 2-inch piece.
Oh,
And then there's your 8-inch piece. So I wanted to
And
save you
they're-
some paper.
are they all the same piece of paper?
Yep. That's what you just finished cutting.
Oh, it looked different, like 2 entirely different things. Okay, I get it.
Okay, so now our next one that we are cutting is we are going to go in and cut this piece, your new 12x12, that's the same hero paper, and we're cutting it at 11 inches. Now that 1 inch that falls off is a scrap. And don't throw any of your scraps away because we're going to be burning up all of your scraps in the next class. So don't throw anything away.
This one's a scrap.
Yep, that's the one that's a scrap.
All right, I just have got to get a place for scraps.
Throw it back in one of your bags.
Well, we'll see.
So now turn that 11-inch piece short in the trimmer. So we're going to turn it 1/4 turn, and you're going to cut it at 5 inches twice.
Is there a direction to, oh, you said there wasn't a direct.
These are not directional.
Okay.
So one of these goes on page 3 and one goes on page 4. And then that 2-inch piece that falls off is another scrap.
Okay, scrap. All right, the 6-inch piece was page 1 or page 2?
You had a 4x8 and that's page 2.
Page 2. I gotta label my pages here.
Is 3 and 4 the light green?
3 and 4 is the mist.
Oh, okay, I was right in the first place. Okay, thank you.
London fog. Isn't that what didn't you say the Stampin' Up has it? It's called like London fog or something?
I did not say that, but yeah, no, I didn't say that. Maybe
Hmm.
somebody else did.
Okay.
I hope I didn't, because I don't recognize London fog.
Oh, okay. Then I'm wrong. All right. So next, are you ready? Are we together, Gay?
Hang on. So the 2 little pieces are page 1. This little piece is page 2.
Yep.
And what were the last 2 that we cut?
They were 5x11. 2 of
I
them.
know, but which page?
Oh, 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Yep.
Okay.
One on 3.
All right, I've got them spread out on the bed here. I think I can keep up with them. All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so next up is this piece that one side is the periwinkle. I don't know what pattern you'd call that, just pretty. And the other is that sage. Again, this one is not directional, so put it in your trimmer any old way you like. And we are going to cut at 1.5 by 12, and we're doing that 2 times.
1.5 by 12.
Yep, we're going to cut these 2 pieces down a little bit more, but I need 2 pieces that are 1.5 by 12.
All right, 1.5. So cut 2 pieces, 1.5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hate to be redundant, but want to lose money. All right, what pages do they go on?
Okay, we have to cut them a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Is
boy,
there-
actually, oh, Tina, your camera follows you.
I know.
When it
Did you
follows
see
you, that's
my
pretty
butt
cool.
when I bent
Yeah, I
over?
did. Okay, so one of these we are going to turn short and cut at 3 until we run out of paper.
3.
3 inches. So you'll make 3 cuts that are 3 inches, which gives you
4 should be 4
Mhm.
pieces.
Three and 3. And, oh, they're all 3s.
3, 3, and 3.
So you should have 4 that are 1.5 by 3. They are all going on page 1.
Lots of little
Green
pages.
side up.
Okay.
And so your other 1.5 inch strip, we're going to put it in the trimmer short and cut it at 8. And the little piece that falls off goes in your scrap pile. Your 8 by 1.5 goes on page 2. Now I failed to look ahead far enough. We're going to need one more. We're back to our large piece. And we need one more piece that's 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
You with me, Gay?
Is that lengthwise, long ways,
Yes, ma'am.
1.5 inches?
1.5. One more time. Yep. I should have
Okay.
had you cut 3 of them, and I only had you cut 2. And then after that 1.5 inch, we're turning that piece short and we're cutting it at 8.
the short piece, we're cutting at 8.
You see what I'm holding? That 1.5 by 12, we're gonna turn
Yeah.
it short and cut it at 8. All right, and it goes on page 2. And this little 4 by 1.5 is a scrap.
Okay.
All right, so next, last thing we have to, well, we have 2 more things to cut out of this. We have a 1/2 inch strip. So you need a 1/2 inch.
And that's long ways.
Yep, we're putting it in the trimmer tall and we're cutting it at a 1/2 inch.
Slide.
And that 1/2 inch piece I mislabeled it. Are we ready? So that
Yeah.
1/2 inch piece, we're putting it with the blue side up on page 3. And then we're gonna keep this sage back in the trimmer tall again, and we're gonna cut it at 6 inches. The little 1 inch that falls off is a scrap. The 6 by 12, we're flipping it over on the blue side and it goes on page 4.
I love this paper.
Isn't it gorgeous? It really is pretty.
It's so different and subtle. And I
It's
just,
it's the prettiest paper I've seen in a long time.
yeah, I mean, the style, everything.
All right, so now next we're cutting the piece that's our cameras. One side is cameras and the other side is our notebook grid.
Can I interrupt? So we have an extra one of these?
Yep, we have an extra one of those that's gonna be, again, that goes over in your scrap pile.
Scrap one, okay.
Many good pages. I was able to do so many good pages for the scraps.
So the camera one.
Yeah, next we're doing cameras.
And like this one, I love too. Okay.
I know.
I don't know what size to use.
All right, and we're using all cameras on this one, so it is not directional. Doesn't matter what we're doing because we're using cameras. So our first cut is at 5.5.
5.5. Okay, that's.
If you can't see your 5.5, 6.5 is the opposite measurement.
Oh,
Oh, okay, so we could cut 6.5.
And the
And-
smaller piece, yeah.
Okay, so the part we want is the other end.
Yep.
Okay,
All right, so that 5.5 by 12 goes on page 3.
camera side.
Camera side up. And now our remaining piece stays in the trimmer tall, and this time we're cutting it at 2.5. And that 2.5 by 12 goes on page 4, camera side up. And our last piece that we have is already at 4 inches. So we're going to turn that short and we're going to cut it at 6 inches.
what will happen if I didn't get all of my little strip off?
It's okay.
That won't make any difference down the road with those
No.
strips.
You might want to just trim it. Like if it's obvious
Yeah.
that it's on your page, you might want to just hand trim it a little bit to get it
Yeah.
off. It should be
Okay.
okay.
But I mean, if they're narrow, okay, so put it at 6.5,
Nope, 6.
6. Oh, good. I'm glad I asked.
I'm glad you did too.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right, so this one goes on page 6 with the cameras up,
page 6.
page 6. So that's
Ooh,
down on
I-
your green paper now. And then
Uh,
the other 4x6 goes in your scrap pile.
Oh,
Oh, so we've got 8 pages going here.
Nope, we've only got 6 pages going.
I mean, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm kind of.
All right, so we lost her. There you are.
Oh, I'm just making myself some page labels.
oh, that's a good idea. I never thought of that.
I'm doing that because otherwise, when I get this stuff off my bed tonight, I'm not going to know what was what. So you all can go on if you want to.
Okay, so this is our next paper. It's now this time we're cutting the grid side. I love both sides so much that I struggled to not have either one. So this time we are using the grid side, and we are cutting, so I want to say with the lines, but that's hard to tell you. So if you look at my page, we're cutting with the numbered lines.
Okay.
Okay, Kathy, you got me over there? Nope, flip it.
Okay, so that is,
So I just want you to see that your 2, when you're looking at your trimmer, your 2 is sideways.
we had 2 of those pages.
Yeah, we already cut one.
Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So which way? Sideways. Okay.
Yep, when it's in your trimmer, the 2
Right.
is sideways. And you can see how I've got mine, right?
Yes.
All right, and we are cutting that at 6 inches.
6 inches.
6 inches.
All right.
6 little inches.
All right. In other words, cutting it in half.
Cut it in half.
Okay.
So I want to show you what I did with this one. It might look a little goofy at first, but again, I love this piece. So this,
Uh-huh.
the one with the flower on it, goes on page 5.
Okay.
And on page 6 is this one, but to make it line up, we're flipping it upside down. So yes,
Oh,
upside
okay.
down, but it's gonna keep the lines, you know, because if I had it this way, see
Right.
how these lines down here don't line up? But if I
Right.
flip it upside down, the lines line up better. So it looks more cohesive. And then I just put a little something on top of the number so you can't really see that it's upside down.
Oh, okay.
That's page
Now,
6.
did you put oh, no, it's not a strip. It's under, I mean, a base page. All right. So this is 5 and 6.
5 and 6, yes.
Okay. 5. Okay.
All right, so next out of our mix-in pack, we are looking for this pink plaid paper. One side is diagonal and the other side is a pink plaid.
I don't see it.
It's with your mix-in paper.
Yeah, I know. I've got it all right here.
It's really faint on the one side.
Let me get it under the light. All right, I've got the blue with the sage. Oh, it's a pink plaid. See, without the light right on it, it was nothing.
All right, ready?
Yes.
So we are going to, again, not directional. So we're going to cut it to 11 inches. The 1 inch piece goes in your scrap pile. Now
11
we're gonna,
inch.
yep, 11 inches. The 1 inch piece is in your scrap pile. And then we're going to turn it short and cut it at 6 inches. So it's actually some pretty easy cutting for this guy.
Okay, if I get through the cutting tonight, I will be real lucky.
Well, you're almost there, girlfriend. You're gonna
All
make
right,
it.
I missed the last. You turn it short and then what?
6.
Turn it short though, right? And 6, okay.
So I made a notation here, guys, that add 3x4 mist from my own scraps. And I didn't do that for you guys. So, but it's only the 2 of you, so I'll catch you up with that 3x4. I'm sure it's just going to be a mat. Okay, so these guys, one goes on page 3 and one goes on page 4. All right, and next you are using this green. It's kind of hard to see on camera. One side is sage with those little checks in it.
Okay,
The other side is that it's a really pretty print, but on the camera it kind of shows up a little wonky.
it's a sage also, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so this is, we're going to cut, this is easy peasy, 2 strips that are 3x12. So 3x12, and we're doing that twice.
Cut off a 3-inch strip.
Yes, ma'am, and then do it again. 3x12, 2 times. Flip that over since it's easier on the eye for the camera. All right, so your 6-inch piece, it's a scrap.
Oh, there's a lot of these big pieces of scraps.
Yep, that's why we're getting so many pages out of our leftover layouts.
Yes.
So these 2 are gonna go on pages 5 and 6, but they're going with the white and green print up.
Okay.
All right, so next we are cutting, oh boy, the mulberry cardstock. So that's that
Oh,
dusty pinkish.
hold on.
How many pages of that?
There are 2 pages.
Okay.
Now this is, let me just double check that I'm correct. Yep, this is all for mats. So if you're not a person who enjoys making mats, you can skip this part. The only thing that you are going to need it for that is not a mat is, there was this cool sticker right here.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to have that little square like that. That square was meant to be trash, honestly. I didn't know quite what to do with it. So I put it
Okay.
on a base, and then I popped the little square up. So it can be just a little tiny bitty journaling kind of spot or whatever you want to make it. I know I
Oh.
always joke around about having little journaling spots,
Okay.
and I meant it this time.
Little.
Yeah, you can put the
Journaling
year, yeah, the
spot.
date.
Do we do the dark side?
I did do the dark side.
Okay.
So that, and again, the only other mat that you're gonna make is this mist one that I owe you guys that aren't here. So I will owe you guys that mist piece, and I'll owe
Okay.
you guys.
Okay.
And then you'll need a little bit more mist again for me, so that you can, unless you want to use, a scrap of the mulberry, but
Yeah.
to mat those flowers on top of.
Okay. I only
Okay.
had one of those little flower cuts. Were they some in those stickers?
They're in this.
Oh, okay. So they weren't in the cuts.
No, no. In my cut, that's a different thing.
Okay.
So our first mulberry, we're gonna go on and cut 4x12, and we're doing that twice.
4x12.
Yep. I have always, now on the other one, I didn't do this, but if I can make a 4x6 mat and just cut my photo down a little bit, almost all of my photos, I can cut a smidgy off. And then that way I'm saving paper. Now on the
Now,
next one, I have plenty of paper, so I didn't do that.
So we get 3 strips here.
Ma'am,
And
And so-
are we cutting them to?
we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
So turn one of them short and cut it at 6. and then at 3. So we're making 1 4x6 and 2 4x3s. And all 3 of those are going on page 3. All right, we're ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right, so our next strip, our next 4x12 strip, we're gonna cut it to 4. So we're gonna cut it at 4 2 times. So that's gonna make us 3 4x4 mats. And all of those are going on page 4. All right, and that last strip, easy peasy, we're cutting it at 6. We're only doing it 1 time.
Okay, is that a picture, Matt?
Yep,
So it is what? 4 by,
4x6. 2 of
6.
them are 4x6 for this page.
And what page is that?
That's page 5.
Five. That's a pretty color.
Isn't that
know.
pretty?
Yeah, I love this, the colors in this set of paper.
All right, so our second mulberry. This time we are cutting at 6 1/4.
6
6 1/4.
1/4.
Now turn that 6 1/4 short and cut it at 4 1/4 twice. All right, and both of those are going on page 6. All right, so this last scrap that we had, we're gonna keep it in the trimmer tall. And we're gonna cut it at 3 1/4.
That's a tiny little strip.
Yep. You can probably throw that one away if you want to.
Yeah.
I do have it over there in my pile, so I may use it.
Oh, you never know.
That's right. Might have something to pick my teeth with. All right, so now we're going to turn that 3 1/4 short, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. Then the little scrap that falls off is in your scrap pile, and that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 goes on page 5. So that's your top green piece.
Page 5.
Yep. All right, so next up, we're going to take our mulberry and we're going to put it in the trimmer tall. And this time we're cutting it at 3 inches. The little piece that falls off is a scrap. We're turning our 3-inch piece short and we're cutting it at 4. And that 3 by 4 goes on page 5.
That's the long piece.
Nope, the little piece, the 3 by 4 that fell off.
Oh, the little piece.
The little piece goes on page 5. We're on the new strip, right?
That's the one that goes on 5 that you're holding,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yep. All right, and then what's left in the paper, the longer piece, we're gonna cut a chunk that's 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And all the rest of that mulberry is a scrap. And that 2.5 by 2.5 goes on page 4. So guess what, Gay?
What?
You did it!
All right,
Put your
so
hand on
this
the other
piece,
shoulder. Huh?
this
Those are
piece
scrap.
right here is scrap. Okay.
Yep.
And it
Those-
was what page? The little one?
Oh, sorry, I got so excited. We were the little 2.5 by 2.5 goes on page 4.
So you cut it twice?
Nope,
Because
just
when
one.
I cut it once, it's 2.5 by 3.
Yeah, so then turn it and cut it at 2.5 again.
Okay. Only one piece, and the other piece is scrap.
Yeah.
And where's it go? I missed it.
Page 4.
Thank you so much.
And I lied to you about those 6 extra pieces for this one. That one must be for the extra. So
Okay.
See,
Okay,
when
I may have to stop
I
and
can
watch.
tell you. Do what?
All right, are we at a place where I can just watch and go back and do it later?
Yeah, well, actually, I don't usually put it together on camera unless I can move the camera
Oh.
to the other ladies. I would love to do
Okay.
that because this is actually Teresa's kit. So I am done cutting. Kathy, are you?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, let me see about zip strips. Oh, yeah, good question, good question. So I'm gonna bring these back in and show them again, just so you can see about zip strips. Oh, and how to put your stuff together. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
I was like, I don't know how to do it.
Grab your Cricut doodads. Pull them all out, but in a safe place.
I have mine on a tray. I laid them out on a tray here. Hope that works.
Well, I'm gonna go get my tray. Where'd I put it? I may have left it.
Now, what is it that is following you, Tina? I think that is so cool. Now, once you're out of sight, it went up to the ceiling fan.
Oh,
Is it a tablet that
that,
follows you?
it does, when you do the settings, it follows you. You can do follow you. I don't know. So like if I'm doing a thing, it should follow me.
And is that a Apple thing?
It's an Apple iPad Pro.
Okay, so it's an iPad thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
but I don't know if it's that it only comes with this, or is it a setting that I did? I can look it up and show you.
Well, I'm not an Apple person, so it won't do me a bit of good. All right, we ready?
Okay.
Got all your stuff in a good spot?
Okay, so we're just gonna look at the different pieces now.
And we're gonna put them on the pages they need to go on.
This is what I-
Oh, okay. All right, that's a good idea.
Yep. And then I will turn the camera over to Kathy and I will let her hands do the talking. Okay,
Oh,
so first,
okay.
first we are going to need the viewfinder, the white piece for it.
Yeah,
And you're going to need the large mist piece
right.
that it goes on top of, and they both go on page 1.
Do we need the little?
You don't need the little doodads out of it. The only reason I left them in your kit, to be honest with you, is if someone wanted to get super fancy and add photos, you could use the little cutouts for them to
Oh,
trace
good
out
idea.
your photos, and then you could tuck your photos under there if you wanted to have little tiny photos.
Oh, good idea.
So that's why I left those in there for you, because I figured before throwing them away, I might as well give them to you. You don't know, who knows what you might do with them.
And this is page 1.
This is all for page 1, yes. And so then we have 3. So go ahead and find, now this white piece, again, it was, better than throwing it away. I might as well throw it in your kit. So that's yours to keep too. We have 3 different butterflies. So find your 3 different butterflies that
Okay.
are in mulberry. And then there are 3 different sizes of butterfly toppers.
Okay. So in other words, 3 whole butterflies.
Three pink butterfly bases, and then 3 of the toppers that give you the,
The green. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. These are all on page 1.
So nope. So there's 3 different sizes. The largest one goes on page 1, and the smallest one goes on page 1.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a medium one that goes on page 2. Now, if you
Oh.
get them, different, it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Now we also have on page 1, this family ties. So we've got the family.
Oh, I was like, where's my F? Let's see.
Or this is
Okay,
page
got
1, family ties.
Family ties. So you've got the family is all in mulberry, and then you should have the individual letters, the E, the S, the I.
Oh, so there are the
And T.
one, it's layered.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
The ties layers, one on top of the other.
Yep.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
All right. So that goes on page 1.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have your frame. So there's this fun little
Okay.
frame,
Yes.
mulberry and gray, and it goes on page 2. And I put, even though this says 3x3 photo, it doesn't fit that. It's just so you'll have to just find a very small photo or just a place of white if you wanted to do some journaling under there.
Okay.
That's
That
page
goes on
3,
page 2.
2.
Page 2.
Mhm.
Page 2.
I think I'm gonna get a container for each of these.
All right. So then on page 3, we have the camera. So you've got, are y'all ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got this piece that looks like a square with a rectangle with all this little dumaflachis here. So that is the base of your camera.
Oh.
And then you've got a camera topper.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Like
you
that.
have this flower.
Okay, that's on
Wait,
page.
you also have a flower. So you have an outside under flower, which I put light side up or light side down that fits in there.
Okay.
And then I have the topper of that flower that's dark side up. But see, to me, that wasn't enough definition. So this piece on the top, that's the one I inked to be even pinker so it would stand out more.
All right, did you ink that before you put it together or not?
I did. Yes, inked it before I put it together. So those go on page 3.
In the center of the camera lens, does that come out?
Yes, yes, you can gently pull that out.
Okay.
So the last thing, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to see. Okay, I got it. Okay, these go on page 3.
On page 3, yep.
Okay.
Now, the last thing that I have for you that I did not use in this one was this fun little frame that says looking good.
Yeah.
And that one is going to go in your scrap pile because I did use it on this page. So if you're not going to do the extras with me, then you just have something extra. Now, I did cut y'all's lighter than mine. I liked it flipped the other way. So y'all's is light on top and dark on the bottom. But go on and throw that in your scrap pile because you will be able to use that in the leftover kit.
Okay.
Okay. So that and all the rest of this is all just little scrap pieces. You can just use wherever you want them to be.
So I have one that's just as looking. Is that just extra?
This one?
No, I have one that's just as looking.
Yeah.
But you should have a larger one. So the one that says looking backs on the one that says looking good. so that
Okay,
that gray shows up underneath.
Oh, okay, and they go in scrap pile.
They go in scrap pile for your next
Looking
one.
good.
Yep.
Okay, I
Let me
didn't
just
want to
double
put it, I
check.
thought that's what you said.
and these ovals, those are just nothing?
They're just scrapped. I did have one zip strip, only one set of zip strips, and that is this mulberry with the little squared chevron-y kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And they are on, one is on page 5 and one is on page 6.
5 and 6.
Yep.
Okay.
And everything else, I mean, this is, I explained when we got started, you know, I did edge this paper with scissors. And so what that does, Teresa, if you'll hand me your scissors, I'll just show that on camera really quickly. So these are not close to my heart scissors, so don't judge me. So all you do with that is you pull out your piece and you open your scissor up and you just scrape your paper with the open scissor. Now
Uh-huh.
this makes a little bit of mess and a little bit of dust, but can you see how that gives that rough edge that gives it shows that white core underneath?
Yes.
So all of our paper, all of our prints, all of our cardstock is printed on white, a base. So when you do anything to rough it up, that shows that white base. So like I said, it just makes it, so that's what I do. And sometimes if I go a little crazy with it, it will do extra little tears, and you know, that's okay. That's not the end of the world, but that's how you do that. See, I just tore it a little bit right there because I went a little too much, but Teresa won't kill me. All right, so that's how you do that. So that's on all of the base papers on 1 and 2.
Okay.
Nope.
And then
Do we save all these? Sorry, Laura. All these other zip strips?
yeah, save all the zip strips.
Oh.
We're going to be doing some fun stuff with those later.
Should we put them in with their scrap? Because you're going to be using them later?
Yep,
If we're
yep.
keeping all our scraps?
All your scraps. Keep them with all your scraps.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and pages 3 and 4, again, you know, your bases are rather centered. Your pink base goes, pinks go down first, and then everything else goes on top of that. And everything was edged in mulberry. So I'll get the mulberry out so that y'all can sponge that. And I did use sponging, not direct dye. And then the Living in the Dream is on a foam tape. So everything is kind of tucked. We've got that date sticker up there on the top. And then, like I said, 5 and 6 is the easiest one. The
Does
biggest
that
thing.
one have distressing as well, or whatever you call it?
Nope, no distressing at all. The only thing, like I said, I did on this one is I turned that second page upside down. So if you look closely, you can see my numbers are upside down over here, but I don't think anyone's going to look that closely. I do owe you this mat right here for that 3x4. And then I used our journaling strips to just add some, you know, a pop of journaling up here on that 3x4 mulberry. Oh, I'm missing a 3x4 mulberry piece, aren't I? I used that over here. Okay, so let's look on 5 real quick and see how many 3x4 mulberry mats we have. Oh, I do have 2. Let's see which one. Okay, so the bigger one, the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece that's on page 5, move that to page 4. I mean 6, I'm sorry, it was on 5, move it to page 6.
Okay.
All right, so this really fun, pretty long sticker, I did put all of that on foam tape first before I put it on my page because it is going to overlap a little bit. So I put it on foam tape so I could get it like the right thing cascading down the page. So there it is. So I'm going to turn the camera over to Kathy, and you're going to see her hands putting it together if you want to stay here and watch, and you can certainly holler out and ask me or Kathy any questions you might have.
I'm just gonna make sure I have pictures of that. I think I took them. Let me just.
Okay, you're gonna have the we can get a picture, the one I lost. I can get that this weekend.
Yeah,
And
sure.
she's gonna have her part. Teresa's part is gonna be on the video with you.
Do you need the video to continue putting them together?
I just,
Do you follow them? If you so, I'll do the video if you follow it. I just didn't know if people actually did follow along.
oh, I probably would
Okay.
if she doesn't mind.
All right. You don't mind?
Okay, because I'm gonna have to leave early and
Okay. She said you just have to forgive her for any mistakes she might make.
do not worry about that. I'm sure it will afford me less mistakes than what I would do.
All right. So I'm just going to move this camera. Are you ready?
I'm gonna watch her for a minute and then I'm gonna have.
For you.
Hey, Laura,
Yeah?
what's the one that has like 4 squares in the middle and then on the one side layout and on the other layout, they look like little triangle, like fans. Is that something else? Is that your actual?
Oh, yeah, that's something else. That is the Close to My Heart workshop, the one that Close to My Heart has created.
Right. Okay.
And
That's
that is, I actually already have that all on video because I did that last Monday. I did that one. And so that one is already videotaped.
Is it on Facebook or is it on?
It is
I
on
looked
Facebook.
I looked for it tonight and I couldn't find it.
All right,
Are
I'll
you-
go into it and I will tag you in it, but it is on Facebook
Oh,
on
okay.
Let's Get Scrappy with Laura.
Okay. Are you going to be at Scrap You this weekend?
I will. It's crop weekend.
Okay. All right. So if I still have a problem with that, I can ask you. I will
Absolutely.
be coming up some on Saturday and some on Sunday.
Okay. Yep,
All
you
right.
can ask away. Okay, so I'm gonna give it over to Kathy and let her hands do the talking. So feel free to still chat with us because we're all here. Oh, I need pages. She needs pages. I'll give you.
You did them already, Kathy?
Yeah, look. Did you follow along?
Yes. I know you're quick, but holy moly.
Yeah, I'm not that
Mhm.
quick.
All right. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna do one page and then I'm gonna what time is it? Oops.
All right, so here is the mulberry ink, your edging.
I'm gonna see this one.
Back over this side and continue working on that.
Aha.
Nope, not at all. Long back and ready for you.
So who else is there? Is it Kathy Spencer and Teresa?
No, Kathy O'Brien.
Oh, Kathy O'Brien. I thought so because I had texted Kathy Spencer earlier and she said, I didn't know there was a Zoom. And so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Kathy didn't love this paper, which I think is hilarious. Oh, not hilarious, but like I love this paper so
Yeah.
much. Oh, so she bought it?
No, that was the birthday and the Valentine's.
Yeah, it was funny that she was like, nope, I didn't like that paper. I'm like, man, I thought this one was gonna be a home run. You want your bag?
Just one of them.
From both layers. Bring those out. All the directions out. Write it correctly. Maybe if I write it correctly enough, I'll actually be able to record it.
Hey, Laura, that thing I told you about, what's her name? It's not true. It was a scam. About the football? Not true.
Oh, good. Okay. Good. That was really stink. She had heard that, what's her name again?
I know. I keep wanting to say Britney Spears.
Swiftie, Taylor Swift.
Swiftie, yeah.
Yeah, she had heard that Taylor Swift wasn't allowed to go to the game, that she was banned from the game.
What? There's all kinds of crap people that, just like to start stuff.
Yep.
I'm like,
Oh, no.
I'm tired of hearing about
Yeah, but I tell you what, Taylor Swift is done for football.
it. Oh my God, she's made some millions of dollars.
In 2 months, more than football has done for itself in years.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, there are so many new football fans.
Yep.
I think it's hilarious.
Did you get the thing?
Yeah. Did you need it over here?
Yeah, because oh, I guess I don't need it right this second.
It's just for the mats.
Oh, okay.
And I
Do
have
we,
some.
do we distress the white paper as well, or just the green?
I distress the white paper as well.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Put on the deep end.
I distressed them on the
On the
long.
short
Yes,
end.
yes, on the short ends.
On the short ends.
On the short ends, on page 1, it's on the short ends.
Just like a little bit.
Okay.
And on page 2, it'll be on the long ends. But you could just do them all if you wanted to.
I used to have a special tool that did this, and I don't know where. I know I have it, but I'm doing the scissor.
We used to make a tool that it was like a circle sunburst kind of thing with razor blades in all the corners.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
I remember those. That's a long time ago.
Yep. Oh, I need a sweater. Got cold.
All right, so then I don't have my little mat, so I'm gonna have to.
Are y'all chilly or are you welcome?
I mean, I'm fine with this jacket on. Jacket off.
You should get it of some sort.
All right.
I found it.
See, it's good to watch her doing this. Because I would have I would have played around with those. But that gives me an idea.
Oh, and check this out. I get to be a stalker from over here and watch her on camera.
Oh no, am I gonna be graded?
Oh, yes, A+ all the way around.
Oh,
All right, so can you see my picture? What I'm working over here is the master board out of all of the scraps.
oh, yeah.
So I'm just taking trash paper and I'm just filling the whole page up with scraps.
Oh, neat idea.
Like a quilt.
Kind of, yeah.
I made a scrapbook once for my best friend's mother was a quilter from way, 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 way back. So I did her a quilted scrapbook
Wow.
where every page, the background was a scrapbook quilt pattern that she had done in some of her mats. I mean, her quilts.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that was the hardest work I have ever put in scrapbooking. I mean, I'm not kidding. And I said, can you imagine if it's that hard to cut all those little pieces and get them to line up and touch each other? Think about what it would take to actually make it a little bigger and have a seam in it. I just
Yeah.
said, oh my gosh. But anyway, I worked on that for a long time, but it turned out really well. But I'll never do another one.
One time is enough, right?
That's right. I've been there, said and can say I've done it, and that's it. But she still has that scrapbook. And all of the pictures in it are of her mother and their scrapbooking club. So
Oh,
I'm not scrapbooking club, they're quilting club.
quilting.
Yeah. This
Well, I'm
is
falling
again,
behind. I just went to an anniversary party, a 40th anniversary party for a friend of mine. And it's what they're a couple that never had kids. They've inherited tons and tons of money. They have everything they need, they want, you know what I mean? They're very picky.
yeah.
And so there's nothing I could think to give them. And I said, I know, I'll do a scrapbook of their anniversary party.
Oh, that was a
So,
good idea.
Yeah. So, yes, I haven't bought the scrap. I mean, I have a lot of extra, but I'll probably buy one just for that. We shall see.
Now,
So
is
this,
Oh, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was going to say that mat that she's working on, that's the light green, right? The light sage.
I
It's
think
kind of
it's a
hard to
dog.
tell on here.
No, she's the base of
The
paper.
base. Yes.
That's gray.
Oh, it's
No.
gray. I'm glad I asked.
What about this part?
Oh, that is the mist. And I used the light side, but Kathy used the dark side.
No, I
So
didn't.
whichever, oh, you didn't?
No.
No, of the mist, the gray.
Oh, yeah, I did.
But it doesn't matter, whichever way you like it better.
Yeah.
So if you were going to put pictures in here, then probably only connect this in the middle, right?
Yes, ma'am. Only connected in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I meant to, I want to look and see if I can find pictures. A lot of old pictures, family pictures do have, the people are very small because you only had one size of a picture back then.
Right.
And the people were always much smaller than they are in, they didn't do close-ups like we do now. So I hope I'm going to find some pictures that will go in those little frames.
I'm going to find the picture of this one. Okay, so now what I put on there? Ew. On the butterflies, did you connect the overlay just in the middle and bend the other? Up?
Yes. I used glue. I used a little bit of liquid glue and connected the middles. And the other thing that I like to do with butterflies is I like to just put a little bit of foam tape on the outer wings and glue the body down. So it looks like it's got its wings up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad
Yeah.
I saw that because I
That's what
had
I'm doing.
put the smallest ones completely together. But I like what you did there with the, you know, give that that flying motion to it. Is this Teresa doing this page?
This is Kathy Spencer, whose hands you're, I mean, that's not Kathy. This is Kathy O'Brien, whose hands you are
Oh,
watching.
okay.
now.
Okay.
Laura, I need some
What you need?
foam tape. I forgot mine.
Okay. Here.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yep.
My granddaughter brought over her new dog, and we put my cat in my bedroom, and she was going crazy. She wanted to come out. So then we put the dog in the sunroom. They were, my husband and the granddaughter were in the sunroom, and let the cat out, and she fluffed up like a balloon. And she was letting out all those terrible, what do they call them? Pheromones or whatever, those, you know.
Feral?
Like girl.
A feral cat?
She's not a feral, no, but I mean,
No,
she's
I meant-
marking her territory. So
Right.
she was, I forget what you call it. It's not pheromones, but something. And I hate that smell. And so I'm like, okay, that's enough dog.
It's anal gland.
What is it?
Anal glands.
That's it.
Yep.
So I told my husband, don't try and pick her up now. Leave her be, because she'll attack anything. Because they, you know, at least I know this one did. She's done it before, so I'm like, no. She's fine now, but
So did you cut this apart to make those things?
Oh, I sure did. You know what? Thank you, Kathy, for noticing that. I forgot that I had done that. I snipped one of those to do. So on my page 1 that you're looking at, you see how some of that flourish goes up and some goes down underneath of the butterfly. So if you look, Kathy can lay the flourish on top of the big flourish I have. Is that the right one? So I snipped. It looks like I snipped just that one piece on the. So you can watch
this?
Kathy snip it.
Right there. Yeah.
Because then you can flip the other side of that and roll it down to the bottom.
Ah, nice.
It really doesn't matter which direction you snip it. You know, like if yours is a little different from mine, that's okay.
Yes, it does matter.
Oh, it does not matter. Okay. Matters. It matters to some
Girl.
people. We're gonna let you watch how Kathy snips it, because that's how I snipped it.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm still on the butterfly because my glue wouldn't work. So I had to go find. Okay.
Once she gets it on that other page, you'd never know the difference.
That's it.
Doing her own thing.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
Yeah, wasn't hard.
Yeah, sure.
So is everybody watching football this weekend?
No,
I'll be watching the halftime.
I only watch, yeah, for the halftime and the commercials.
Yep.
when I finished my 1 year of cheerleading for the football team in high school, I never watched football again.
Oh. Well,
That was it.
I was telling Laura I didn't have a football. I went to private all girls school, high school, and we didn't have a football team, of course. And actually, my little grandson asked me this weekend, Grandma, what football team is your favorite? And I'm like, oh boy, I don't want to sound like a party pooper. So I said, oh, Miami Dolphins. He goes, did you grow up in Florida? I'm like, no. Well, why do you like Miami Dolphins? I said, well, because I like their uniform color, the teal and the silver. And he said, I get it. Poor kid. So then he asked me, well, when you were little, what was your favorite team? What was your school team? I said, we didn't have one. I felt like such a he doesn't know what it's like not to have a football team. So he's so into football right now.
Yeah.
But I loved doing football Super Bowl parties and playoffs for all the different sports. In my other life, I was married to there wasn't a sport that he didn't watch.
Oh, that was my ex too.
So Thanksgiving had to be before the football, or we didn't eat. The Super Bowl was like, it was like going to go see the Dalai Lama. I mean, honestly, it was just like, so I lived and breathed. Everything in my life was according to the games. And back then you didn't have a VCR or anything in the early days. So if you missed the play, God forbid, you know.
Oh.
And there was a movie with what's the guy that does the Tonight Show?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. And Jimmy Fallon was a diehard, I think it was Boston baseball. And he told the girl that he was dating that between the months of whenever baseball starts, I don't remember, say April, from April till June, he does nothing but go to the baseball games. Nothing. He eats, sleeps, drinks, and goes to see. And that's exactly the way it was. He was a baseball fan, a hockey fan, a football fan. Oh my God. And it was fun till it got old.
Right. What always got me was basketball, because all you had to do is watch the last 2 minutes of the game.
I know.
Yeah, but you can get into it in that, you're right. In the last they can score in the last second, which is exciting.
Yeah.
But baseball, I would fall asleep at a game. I'm like, okay, I've eaten the popcorn, I've eaten the hot dogs, I don't drink beer. So what else do I do?
Mm.
But I get it. I mean,
Okay, girls, I'm going to have to cut out here.
Okay.
I enjoyed getting together with you all.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was-
glad you're on tonight.
It really helped us being at home all afternoon, all day, or well, being between doctor's offices and here at home. So
Probably
Yes.
doing. You finished rotisserie him, right?
yes, we got that over with. And but today he has one more. Oh, he was not a happy guy. He said the girl that took the catheter out and put it in today, she drew blood. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
He was not a happy camper,
Yeah, I bet.
needless to say. And so that's what I've been listening to all afternoon is fussing about.
aw.
So anyway, good to have you all to talk to, and
Nice to see you.
I'll see you all this weekend.
Good night, Jay.
Bye
night, Kat.
bye. Let's see if I can find oh, here it is. So I can turn it off. All right, y'all behave yourselves now.
All right.
Good night.
Do we have to?
All
I know,
right.
what's that?
That's the thing when you get blood done or any procedure. Sometimes you go and the nurses or the technicians, they have like the softest touch. You don't even feel what they're doing. Other times it's like a butcher, it's like, oh my God, how many times are you going to try and find my blood? I don't have that much in my body.
Yeah, my mama was always so patient. Like she was more patient than I was because her veins rolled.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's awful.
Yeah, and so yeah, she would be a pin. She'd be, I just felt so bad for her because she would be just, bruised. Her whole arm was just bruised up and
Ugh.
down. And they'd call in the special person, and that person would bruise her all up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know you were dehydrated? I said, no, if I knew that, I would have canceled my appointment with you. Because you're dehydrated, then they can't get your blood because the vein, maybe that's when they roll. I don't know. But so now when I go not give blood, but I drink a lot the night before, water. You drink, maybe dehydration could be from too much tea or maybe from if I'm drinking wine or something, so
Right.
make
That's
sure
it.
I don't do any of those things before.
I just go and hope for the best.
So that green,
Well, and usually mama's trips weren't planned.
yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yep.
She's in there because she has some sepsis or, has had a UTI. Well, she's already not feeling good, so she's not going to have been drinking.
No.
Yeah.
And the blood pressure cuff, that electronic blood pressure cuff,
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but it hurts like heck for me. And my mom would be in a deep sleep in the hospital, and then that thing would start taking the pressure, and she'd wake up, and she's in pain. It hurts.
Right.
So I asked them, could you just come in and do it manually? Oh no, we can't do that. It has to be connected to the machine. I said, but do you see how much it hurts? Can you loosen it a little bit? I mean, does it really matter anymore? At that point, I was saying, does it matter how much her blood pressure? She was, close to the end of life enough. with the, I know it's a hard job. I respect a nurse, I do, but sometimes I wonder, you know,
They're just so overworked.
yeah,
I think so often they're just so overworked that they just cannot give the care that maybe they would have wanted, wanted to give.
I know. So where is those swirly things? And is this in this package?
Yes. And Tina, you have pictures of this too?
I do. Yes, I do. I've learned my lesson because I'll forget and then, or I'll run out of time like very soon. And then I'll be like 3 weeks from now or a month or 2 months from now, I'll be like, oh, I wonder where my information is. And a picture is really good. I can almost, do everything by a picture. So your Zoom, how is it that your Zoom is always the same? I don't know. How does that work?
I pay for it. Do you pay for it?
I pay for it, but I only pay the basic. I didn't, did you upgrade the
No,
amount?
I didn't grade out. Mine is the basic. And
So-
listen, I told Vicky the same thing. Like, since we're all doing this together, I am more than happy to share my Zoom with y'all so that,
Right.
like I was kind of thinking if we all had a subscription, like we don't all need the same subscriptions. So like she got a subscription to Canva. I got this subscription, you know what I mean? So that way we can all share them. If you just want to use mine, you can get rid of something. And if you have something that we don't have that you don't mind sharing, we can do
Right.
that.
Yeah, I have the Zoom because I have to have it for work as well. I have the Microsoft, but I can't share that because you have to have it or you can't see it. So, I would try to think of what else I have. I have Canva. I don't know how to use it too well. I just signed up for the basic, and then I don't know what else it is that I might have, but I will surely share it.
Well, like I said, I'm not trying to tell you. I'm just saying, like, I told Vicky, there's no point since all we use it for is, this. But
Right.
anyway, so I don't know. It just set me up when I first started it. It just set me up with my own number. And so I pick it every time. Like when I set Zoom up,
Right.
it allows me to start a new meeting or it
Right.
allows me to use my personal identification code.
Maybe I haven't looked. I thought maybe every time I was getting a new one, maybe it's the same one. I never looked. I will check.
All
But
right, so
with everybody at Scrap U, they all know this. They all know that number already.
yes,
Yeah.
they do. Well, we use this a lot. Like, I mean, the day that COVID had us home, I went straight home and like Zoom had just started then, thank goodness. And so I went straight home and signed up on Zoom and there we go. I've had it ever since. And it's worked perfectly. Like, I mean, I don't use it near as much now, but I'm happy. I want to keep it because, the hope is that we'll start having people, outside of our realm do classes and I can Zoom with them just like we are.
Right.
Now, the struggle I have is like right now, thankfully, Kathy doesn't mind me showing her hands. But typically, if you were to do it, like you would be telling everyone, okay, now I'm putting this flower here and now I'm putting, this here. And so, if you're new to me, you might not be able to follow along with what she's doing because we're not telling you step by step what she's doing. But hopefully, between pictures I send and this, It'll be good. Because it's a work in progress, right? Like, always a work in progress.
Yeah,
have
I mean,
I do have one of that.
I'm just looking at, she's already done. If you saw, I'm just slower. But this is all good. This is very nice. Kathy, you reminded me I needed to get my mat. So now that I have my mat, it's like, oh, I don't have to figure it out anymore.
I'm gonna share the ink real quick. Okay. She's just got to do a couple of mats and then you can do it.
No, that's fine.
I have a huge mat and I usually don't use the little mat, but for this in my space right now, the little mat works well.
All right, so I'm gonna show you. This is what my master board is so far.
Oh, that's cute.
So, but we're gonna cut it all up. It's not gonna stay like this.
That's so hard.
So that's just all the scratch just thrown out there.
When you cut it, what are you gonna do?
Making another layout with it. Making another 2-page layout. So I'm trying to figure out like what is my layout gonna look like. Let me go grab a sketch real quick. Well, I guess, yeah, I could do that. Ooh, does anybody have their stamp of the month with them?
No.
They're what?
Stamp of the month?
I
It
don't
would be
know.
cool to put the stamp of the month on this.
I need 3x3 and 3x4s. Give me that whole bucket.
Here's the whole bucket. Fine then. All right, let's get it going. Needs to be pretty simple.
It's not sticking. Oh, I can't do this.
What can't you do?
The little foam things, I'm cutting them really small so that you can't see them. I'm just thinking, why don't they come out with clear ones? Because no matter how small I get it, you're gonna be able to see it. How did you do yours?
What foam things are we talking about? Show me what.
Under the butterfly, I'm still up to that.
Oh, well, my foam is on the back of the pink piece, so you can't see it.
Oh, I was putting a couple of them so that it stays fluffed up with the
Yeah.
wings.
No, the wings are, I don't think you're ever gonna get them to stay fluffed up. That's some really skinny stuff you're working with there.
That's what yeah.
Yeah, they're just up because I don't yet have that in a page protector. Did I
Well-
put under those wings? Under the
No.
under the pink wings?
Under the pink ones, yeah.
Okay, under the pink ones, yeah. Thought I
Yeah.
did.
And then just kind of bent these up. They're gonna get flat anyway.
Yeah, they'll get
But
flat
I
ones.
put a little something in there. Where the heck it went, I don't know. Okay, I'm not doing it anymore.
All right, I'm just gonna make something up.
No, there was another. This one.
We believe in you.
Do you now?
I do.
Don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, I think it is. Haven't steered me wrong yet. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I lost the flower. Oh, there it is.
All right. 3, 6. Here we go. Oh man. Go make some tags. See how they turn out. Be right back.
That was my phone. I have my phone with the screen with the pictures on the screen.
Oh,
Is the little heart that goes on the family, is that a sticker?
no, it's from this.
Oh, from that. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, welcome.
It looks blue in the thing. Maybe my
Oh, no, it's whatever that color brown is.
like a chipboard.
Yeah.
Ew. Have all that to do. So I used to have a color that matched this. So the white picture holder is just a picture holder that we use, a 4x6, is that?
Yep, just a mat for a 4x6. And unless you want to cut your photo down to show that white placeholder, you don't really have to edge it if you don't want to. I just
Right.
did it to show for the picture because before I have a photo placed down on it, it just blended right in with that white background.
Okay. So I really can't do it if I don't have my picture. Oh, just that.
Getting used to that cutter.
Ah, trying.
Ta-da.
Phase one is done.
Phew. So cute.
Thank you. Designed it myself.
Oh, you're so smart.
I just loved it. Thought it was so fertile. So, Kathy, what are you doing this weekend since you're not going to be here with us scrapping?
I have daughter-in-law's birthday on Saturday,
Okay.
and Sunday, my girls and I are going to a make a wreath thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you know, this is something I'm going to have to get us to do, that right up where Glory Days is, there's a place where you make like your own soaps. It's like, it's called the Brown House or something. I just heard about it today. So you make your own, either your own incense or soaps or all kinds of things. And it's kind of a bar situation, like they're feeding you alcohol at the same time.
Oh yeah, because this is that one, this is Kindred Spirits Brewery or something.
Uh-huh. I thought it sounded fun.
Yeah,
Like when this lady was talking
I'd
about
probably have to pass. I can't be in places that have a lot of smell.
Oh, gotcha.
There are a lot of those soap places, not like what you're saying though. I've seen them like on the little strip malls. There's, handmade soaps. I've
Yeah,
seen at least 4 or 5 of them, and I'm like, wow. But that would sound interesting the way you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, where you actually go and make
it. Yeah, I mean, I like to do stuff where you make.
or it's candles. Candles count.
Oh,
So it's
candles. Oh,
candles,
okay.
but I think you can also make your own.
So
No, maybe it's
No.
not soap, but it was, what is it when they do like the oils you put in diffusers or something like that.
yeah,
Like you can make your own.
diffuser.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you call them.
I have a question about those candles that like you have in the bathroom there, that you put the little squares.
Scentsy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So after a while, do they stop, like, even though the wax is still there, but the scent is gone? Is that right?
Yep.
So then you have to pour it out and put a new one in.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is the first one I've had, so I started doing that on my own, but I'm wondering if my nose isn't working. How likely is it that I've gone nose blind and I can't smell it anymore?
No, they say you can go nose blind with them too. They say that is a thing. But Tracy said that, depending on how big your space is, like it's really only meant to last like one day. Because I was expecting them to last a lot longer.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that. Here I'm having it, like, I just put it on. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I was a little offended that it wasn't lasting any longer. Because I was like, I was wanting that thing to last for days.
Yeah.
And she was like, because it is such a large space, like even though my salon isn't that big, out here, like, so I was like, I just need to get used to switching it out every 24 hours. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I'll do that.
Her girl from apartment there, and then she'll let it go again until it's like hardly anything left.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And maybe it's the smell.
Right. Well, and I do think there is the whole nose blind thing.
Oh yeah, you could.
So I have these leftover tea tins, loose tea comes in these little tins. So I collect them because I keep saying I'm gonna make something with them. And now I found a use for one. I take the old wax and I put it in there because I don't want to put it down my sink. Or I guess I could put it in my garbage, but anyway.
The other thing that you can do depends on how much you use. So they sell these cotton things that have a little handle on them. You stick it on there and it just sucks it right up and it's just clean as can be.
Oh,
And they're like $10 for I think like 25 of them.
right.
I'm a cheapskate, right? And I have cotton ball. Like I have from my salon, I have this string cotton that's,
Right.
it's way cheaper. And so I just got a couple of cotton balls and stuck it down in there and it sucked it up just as well. So
The same thing. Okay.
you know how we have those great big huge cotton balls? Buy you some of those big cotton balls.
I got it. Just gonna put that in there. Lindsay Hart. Like this heart at the bottom of the first page, the chipboard heart with half of it is lace and half of it is solid. That's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it gives us so much more,
Yeah, I just loved all of the, like I said, when I saw how pretty all of the Cricut cuts were, I was like, huh, I guess I got to do Cricut cuts for this class coming up because they're just
Also, the Cricut cuts came with it,
no, I had to buy the SVG file.
but they had it for the Cricut, so you didn't have to go search. Okay.
Yeah, they have a Sweet Memories Cricut kit, whatever.
Oh. Is that in the catalog?
Yep.
I guess I didn't know.
Yep, it is right beside the like it's on the same page with the rest of everything. With all the other Sweet Memories stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna love this layout.
And those other, like the bubble hearts, that's from that little thing that the little,
Yes, that's the dots. And like I said, I
Okay.
have them in the way. I didn't charge you for them. I forgot that they were included. Like I forgot. So you didn't get charged for them. So if you have something else, you don't have to have them. But
no, I want them
okay. As soon as
Please.
they come in, they are yours.
when they come in. I did the first page. Oh my God. Let me see if I'm gonna do the second page or go get something to eat. I said I had to come home because I didn't have the food, and then here I am. I still didn't. Not good. Oh. Why is it that I can't understand what I'm doing here? same seed. Did you guys ever see that movie? I think it was Harry Connick Jr. It's an older movie. Harry Connick Jr. I think it was Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's a corporate, what do we call it? Hatchet person, where they send her out to companies that they want to downsize to make them more profitable. And she goes out to a place in Minnesota. And she shows up with like really not the appropriate clothing for Minnesota, comes out and she's got like not even a coat, high heels, stiletto heels, and she's walking through the snow to get to the place. Anyway, and one of the very first things that they do is they took her, the lady, her secretary took her under her wing and said, we need you to come join us. And she goes, well, okay. And so she walks into the kitchen. There's these 4 ladies and they're scrapbooking. And I was like, oh my God. It's just like, we scrapbook, don't you? Like, yes. But it was so funny. And eventually, I think she did actually start scrapbooking, but it was funny. I can't remember. It was a very good movie.
I had that little beginner class the other night, that little beginner card making class. And, and it was and the lady was so excited because she's evidently an avid reader. And she was so excited to tell me all about this book that she had read that was called The Christmas Scrapbook. She was like, you've got to read it. You've got to read it. You've got to read it. So she kept telling me the author and everything. So I think I'll have to try to download that movie before I go on vacation.
Is it on audio? I
don't know.
That's like the only way. But now I have to also, because I have to. I'll check. Let me check. I can check right now. I put them in my wish list because if not, I forget. I'll. Christmas scrap. Let's see.
How you doing over there, Miss Teresa? Did you get the ink? Yeah, you have the ink.
Very quiet.
No, it doesn't show up in audiobooks.
Oh man.
Guess you'll have to read.
Maybe it shows. Let me look in Amazon. What's showing up are all different scrapbook paper stickers, but I don't see it. Well, if you think of the author, can you just send it to me?
Yeah, and I can ask her again.
Let me go in the regular.
She won't mind at all telling me who it was.
Dave Black?
Who?
Dave Black?
That sounds like it. It was a man's name, yeah.
Wasn't that interesting?
I know, I was surprised.
Oh, this one is a concert band conductor.
Let me give
Here's the
you,
scrapbook by Black. I think this is music.
let me find it.
Okay, wow. This is music. This is music. Who would have thought that it's an actual symphony playing it?
Let me cut you both.
Well, 2 was easy.
Yeah, yeah. 2 is easy. Right,
Maybe
Tina,
it's
cutting your. I'm cutting your 4x3 that's on page, I guess, 6. Why is this thing cutting so sideways? Did y'all's cut sideways?
what are we talking about?
This trimmer.
Like crooked,
Creative,
Yes.
cutting the paper.
creative memories.
Yeah, maybe not. All right, there's a 4x3 for you.
Thank
Maybe
you.
not. Maybe it's my brain. All right, and so here is some scraps to cut your flowers out of. Oh, that's your 4x6 you'll need. That's for your
Oh,
scraps.
okay.
All right, Tina, I'm gonna put yours on your table and I'll put
Thank you.
Gabe's table.
Here's that scrap.
Oh, Teresa, you're already sitting in your spot.
I came in, I saw my name, and I was like, okay.
Well, because you're coming to the crop this weekend. Okay. All righty, may I borrow back some foam tape, please, ma'am? Thank you.
Can you pick it up? Oh, and here's you need this if you want to eat this stuff.
I can't find it.
I'll ask her who it was by.
A couple popped up, but I don't know. All right. Where was the picture?
Yeah, there were a couple scrapbooking books that I read. Well, couple. One. There was one scrapbooking book that I read. It was set in New Orleans, and it was cute. Well, ever since Facebook, I don't read near enough like I used to. I used to read, well, I also used to smoke. And so when I smoked, I would go right out back, when I took my breaks at work, I would go out back and read while I smoked a cigarette.
Yeah.
And then since I quit smoking, I just don't take the same breaks like I used to.
Yeah.
I listened to the books.
Like hanging out, sit down, I get another couple of papers. Oh, crap, it's got to be back. I'm like, no, look how much this still is when I'm here, which is because I'm concentrating on this and I'm not at home thinking I got 500 things to do. But yeah.
Which is 3 and which is 4?
3 is the camera.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just that.
Five. Yeah, you can come earlier than that because I'm here. I'll be working from 9 to 5, so you can come earlier if you'd like. I don't advertise it until 5 for like non-members because I can't be out front hosting anyone. So exciting news. I had 2 more new people who, like, one came in today and just loves it. She hasn't signed up yet. And then another one just messaged me yesterday. Another lady just messaged me yesterday asking a lot of questions and wanting to come. And she just wanted to sign up as a member. And then she was like, but how does it work? So I was like, I want you to come and see the place first, you know?
So where do you advertise? Where do you advertise?
I just, people are just starting to Facebook. They're just on Facebook and go scrapbooking on Facebook. Like, that's how the lady today found me. She just looked up, she wanted to take some scrapbook classes. So she just looked up scrapbooking and we popped up. Heck yeah.
Hey, Laura,
Yes,
I meant to tell you, when you put in Scrap You, like if you Google it, you come up right away, but then it says, sometimes it says you're closed when you're not. I don't know how you do that. Has anyone ever told you that?
So no, but the problem is I have the problem is that Google just goes by what you tell it. So I told it like my basic salon hours, like my basic haircut hours, because I couldn't go into Google and change it every week. You know what I mean? That would be forever. So
I didn't know if you knew. So I figured you did. Just, like if somebody is searching and they say, oh, that's scrapbook place. Okay. And then they say, oh, but it's closed,
Right. Well, I think on Saturday and Sunday, I put I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I have on there. If you Google it.
Like by appointment or something.
Yeah, by appointment only. Let's see. Scrap You.
And the only reason why I noticed is I think I was coming from another direction once and I wanted to see how long it was going to take me. And then I noticed it.
Yeah, so it says Wednesday 11 to 6, Thursday 9 to 5, Friday 9 to 5, Saturday, Sunday, Monday closed. Oh, Tuesday 11 to 6. Yeah, so I should edit that. But see, I don't think it will allow me. That's the problem. I don't think, let's see if it will allow me to edit. Hours. I guess I just could say open with no main hours. Let's see what it says now.
It is a hard one because we're not always there.
Right.
So that's why you did, yeah.
couldn't have like 2 postings, one for hair and one for here.
I'm not really trying to advertise hair.
Oh, okay.
All right, so when did I open? So here was 2020. So 2016. April. 16, not 19. Okay, so let's see what happens now when we go on to it. But luckily, so the website is linked to it, so that's really good because the website will tell you, let's see. Click here for hours. So it tells you Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is by appointment only
Okay.
on the website. All right. Oh, some more of this again. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Thank you.
All right, so let me go find some pictures I can put on this page so I can do it. So tags Tina.
Oh, very nice.
So the page I told you earlier that you said
Yep.
leave it like that, I cut it down into pieces. I made tags with it and just cut it up. And here's that
Nice.
second page where you see those cut up pieces.
Oh, yeah.
So I am gonna go find photos and grab my dinner.
Cool.
Almost bedtime.
Well, I know, but I'm hungry. I should have eaten 30 hours ago. I know.
I know. I'm gonna adios very shortly. The reason why I'm not there is because I had to get up very early tomorrow, and here I am, still didn't eat. So how am I gonna go? I can't go to bed early if I don't eat. So. Geesh.
I had my own stamp here the whole time. Same as the month I was asking y'all about. I had my own here the whole time. Okay.
Where'd you get that from?
This Kroger Food Line. Oh, this is a Kroger salad. They're just nice, perfect little, you know, except for they use so many butts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to know what they do with the good salad. Why do they feed people all these stinking butts in a salad? I got a salad the other day. I fixed a salad for dinner for Steve and I, and it was like it was one of the big bags, and it was a Caesar salad, and when I dumped that thing out, it was nothing but butts.
Oh, wow.
I was like, this is rude.
Yeah.
I actually took a
There's
picture
not-
of
There's nothing but what in it?
like butts, you know, like the centers of the
Oh, yeah. I
Or
agree with you. And those always turn orange right away.
yeah. But
And then I won't eat it.
you know, it's like surely there was better lettuce. Now this one isn't as bad. This one they just cut it all up. But that Caesar one that I had the other day, it was terrible how many butts it was. There was hardly any actual real lettuce in there. What's your husband doing tonight, Tina?
He is eating leftovers
Okay.
and he's there. I don't know what he's doing. He's tinkering in the kitchen doing something.
Okay, so
We had the
room.
yeah, yeah. The granddaughter was over, so he was, you know, visiting with her and the new dog.
So I painted my nails last night in the dark. So I went and got a manicure a couple weeks ago. And I guess my body has changed, and maybe I'm just not as oily as I used to be, because it actually stayed for a good week perfectly.
Wow.
And then it was another week and it was pretty toasty. But anyway, so I was tickled about my manicure lasting so well. So I decided, all right, I'm going to do this myself. You know, maybe base coats, top coats has gotten so much better. So we're watching TV last night, and of course, you know, we have the hall light on, but the main light in the living room is off. And I'm like, I can do this. I don't need to see this so much. Oh my gosh. It looks like my 3-year-old painted my nails. Like there was so much polish all over my fingers. And luckily a day of shampoo and hair, it's better. But there are so many like thin spots in my nails. I mean, it's just like, all right, I need the lights on. I need to pay better attention.
My daughter got me this I forget the name of it, but it was for to strengthen your nail. And I put 2 coats of that on it, and it lasts for a week.
With the polish, or just the clear coat of the
Well, because that's all I'm doing is putting clear on. And then I have another coat that's got a tint to it.
Well, that's why I never would bother doing my nails, because unless I used acrylic, you know, the actual acrylic, washing hair all day, my nails just didn't hold up at all. Yeah. And then when I did like the things like those little stickers or, you know, whatever else, those little stickers held pretty well. But when they came off, my nails were in such horrid shape underneath.
Right.
And if I'll leave them alone, I have pretty decent nails. So anyway, I was just tickled that this manicure lasted as well as it did. So I may be going and getting another manicure before I go. Well,
Where are you going?
Mexico.
You should definitely get a manicure before you go. For a trip. Yeah, for your trip.
But when I had my nails done and I was doing my Make It Mondays, I was doing my lives, I had so many compliments on my nails while I was doing scrapping. I was like, oh, I need to keep. And then it made me watch, like when the company does their things, I'm like, oh, those nails really are pretty. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be doing things on camera, I really do need to do better on my nails. Luckily, I think these, like, even though it's a 3-year-old paint job, they're moving fast enough that it's not super noticeable.
Well, I didn't notice anything.
Good.
I was looking at the paper more than that. But there's people when they match their nail polish to the paper they're going to show. You know, like if it's a certain shade of pink, they match it to this. Yeah.
Well, that's because now your company there for a while was doing nail polish to match. Are they still?
You mean selling nail polish? I never knew that.
Tina Matthews used to buy the nail polish whenever y'all had new paper. She would buy the nail polish that matched it.
She probably did it on her own.
Oh, I thought, well, maybe so. I thought it was a Stampin' Up thing.
Uh-uh. Unless there's another catalog I never saw, but it could be. No, but I see the videos and they, their nails match like, and I'm like, oh my God. So it's like, okay.
Kind of over the top.
So I decided, well, then you should just go get a French, do a French ones and then it'll match everything.
Well, like the president of my company does when they do events, but she's the president of the company. And her shirts match and everything. Like her clothes will match the color of the year. So, but again,
Well,
she's the president of the company, so you kind of expect that.
Yep. All right, since I said I was gonna go an hour ago, but I actually did the first 2 pages. This is beautiful, and I have I know what I'm gonna do. So, do you know when you're gonna do the next? What is the next thing in this series?
The leftover layouts is going to be it's a Friday. Is it Friday? The 23rd. Yeah, I'm leaving on the 24th, so it's 23rd. That's not a crop day, right?
I'm looking.
24th is the crop day.
But is that the one day?
The 23rd is a Friday. Of February, you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm just gonna double check it real quick.
I know it's a Friday because it's my birthday.
I have you down as Laura's leftover layout class. 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And just FYI, sometime between now and before you go, we should probably, just in case. Yeah, just catch up, do a catch up. I'll probably. What's today? Tomorrow I'm in Suffolk. Oh, I'm in the wrong.
I should not be eating on camera salad.
All right. Well, we'll see you either tomorrow or the next day. I'll come in. I'm going to come in, do a couple things.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to turn my camera off so that if people are rewatching, they won't need to see me eating. Well, there we go. Teresa, we're still recording, so don't say anything. But I want to know. So the vet that I use will not send the prescription for the flea medication to Chewy's for me.
Right.
I have to come and get the paper. Is yours the same way?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Chewy is not a brick and mortar pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
Chewy gets their stuff kind of illegally.
Really?
Like there's vets that sell it and they're not supposed to sell it to them. Which they're trying to track all this down. But anyway, the thing is, because when you buy products from Chewy, you don't know where that stuff has been stored. You don't know how long it's been in this truck or this cold warehouse or this hot truck or wherever. And some things, heat and cold, will affect it.
Mm.
And people get so mad because, well, Chewy is not a pharmacy. Chewy is a state website that you can go on and they get their stuff from God knows where and Send it to you.
Okay, all right.
I've
Well,
had, we've had a couple, clients who get their food from there, and one time they got a bad bag and their dog was very sick.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because you just don't know, and if it's in different weather, stuff like that, it'll start to mold.
See, and I
know,
do
and
get my
things-
food and my cat litter from there. That way I don't have to haul it in and
Like
out.
cat litter, it's okay. You know, if you want to buy leashes and all that stuff, but anything food related, medication related, we do not suggest it. Plus, if you buy your heartworm and flea stuff from, well, the heartworm stuff from Chewy, and your dog gets heartworms or your cat gets heartworms, the company who makes whatever product you have is not gonna
Really?
pay anything because you're not getting it from a veterinarian like you're supposed to.
Oh,
So if you buy it from a
Okay.
veterinarian, then say your animal gets heartworm, that company, and it shows that you bought this heartworm prevention, you know, all along from the vet, then they will pay for your animal to get the heartworm treatment. And it's close to $2,000.
but they won't pay if you get from
Nope.
Chewy.
Because Chewy is not
Okay.
a place that we suggest. I mean, we only do it to places that, you know, are true.
So if I wanted you to give me a prescription of Chewy, you wouldn't give it to me.
Oh, we'll handwrite, write you one, but we won't fax it to them. Cause see, they'll
Gotcha.
fax us stuff, oh, so-and-so wants this or that and the other, and we're like, so we call the owners and we're like, well, if you want to order it from Chewy, you have to come pick up a script and you have to get it to Chewy yourself.
Well, that's pretty much what my vet
Yes.
told me, and I
Yep.
was like, oh,
That's because.
all right, I did not realize that.
Not a good, it's fine for, other things, but
But the
just,
markup is so bad on it.
nope. And plus, if you're buying it from the vet or, like if you're getting a prescription diet and we give you a written prescription to take it to PetSmart or something, then, that's fine. But if you're buying it from your veterinarian and your animal doesn't, say the animal is eating all but this much of the bag, like Royal Canin, and your animal all of a sudden decides it doesn't like it anymore,
Mm-hmm.
you can bring that bag to us and we'll give you your money back or we exchange it for another bag or whatever.
Really?
Yes, but they're not going to do that if you buy it outside because there again,
Right.
But
Well, I would have never thought to take it back if they'd eaten that much of it, though.
people don't know that, but yeah, you will. So, yeah, we have clients that are so mad when we don't want to send. Can't you just fax it to Chewy? And then they'll say, "We did it before." I'm like, "Yeah, no, we did not do it before." And
Well, I didn't understand why. I thought it was a competition thing. I thought it was because they didn't, they wanted to sell it to me.
Nope.
Because they don't seem to care for other things if I go other places. You know what I mean? Like there was another prescription I was getting and I had to take it to the compounding pharmacy. Right. So they gave me that prescription all day long to take to the compounding pharmacy.
they won't give you a prescription so you can send it to Chewy.
They will. I
They
just
will,
have to
okay.
walk in and pick it up.
Right.
I just haven't gone.
Yeah.
I thought by the time I walk in, I'll just get the medicine because at that time, Chewy wasn't really that much cheaper, except for that it was on an auto ship.
Yeah.
And I like the auto ship part of it. That way, I don't have to buy a whole year's worth. You know what I mean? Because I just won't go back.
Well, our clinic, we have an online pharmacy, so you can go onto that and you can get the stuff and you can do auto ship where it will auto ship it to you however often you need it or whatever. And if it's medication and stuff, what they do is they'll send us a request that you have sent in that you wanted whatever, and then the doctor just goes on and approves it,
Okay.
and then they'll send it directly to you. And if you do auto ship, you get like a percentage discount or something like that. And I don't know what they are.
I'll
but
have to ask
see
them about
if
that.
See if your vet has an online, which
Because
they
with
should.
4 animals, that next guard stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 cats and 2 dogs. I don't know if the cats can take the next guard.
I don't think so. We recommend Revolution for cats.
Oh yeah, Revolution.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, it's just, They just don't, you know, they're just selling it.
All right, well, now I know why.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I just thought, well, they're just being crappy because they want.
Nope.
And like I said,
And that's what a lot of
Chewy-
people think, you know, I mean,
Chewy-
and, you know, it's fair.
well, like I said, Chewy really wasn't that much cheaper, but the ownership, I don't feel like I have to buy it as often.
Right.
Or I don't have to buy it in bulk as much. But I did just get a coupon from Chewy for 30% off any new prescription.
Yeah.
I'm like, 30% off? I could
Yeah.
stock up for 30% off.
Right, you can, but just remember, you don't know
All right.
how good it's gonna be, so if you're willing,
If it's shipped from Afghanistan,
if
huh?
you're willing to take that chance, then, you know, go for it.
I guess that won't be happening.
Don't say she didn't warn you.
If your dog keels over and dies, we're gonna know who to blame. You've been warned.
Yeah, so that's the reason.
But Chewy, they do a good job with customer service and
Oh, they do an awesome, yeah, because they want to get you in there. They want to tell you how better they are than, or they're just as good as your vet and this, that, and the other. And they'll send you flowers when your animal passes
Mhm.
away and all that stuff. But when you have the problem, like that lady who got the dog food that was bad, it had mold in there, and she didn't notice it until, and I mean, her dog comes, she brings her dog in because he's vomiting and everything. So we're running all these blood tests. We're doing x-rays thinking, he's either got something blocked or hopefully not a stomach cancer or something. And all this stuff comes back pretty good. And, he's dehydrated and stuff because of being sick to the stomach and everything. And then as we're like, have you changed foods? Have you done this? Have you done that? She goes, no, I always buy my food from Chewy and this. So we told her to bring it in, and yeah, there was mold in it. She almost died. So she caused a big stink with Chewy. Well, when you cause a big stink with them, they're not that polite with you.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't want to get stuck paying anything, They don't mind sending you flowers when your pet dies, and they don't mind sending you a card or whatever, which I think that's really nice. Don't get me wrong, that's really nice. But you should make sure your products are good, so you're not hurting
kill
the
your
animals.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And the same thing with what gets me is people want to feed Blue Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
Because you see the commercials and it's the best. It's chicken and blah blah blah. Well, what Blue Buffalo is, and there's 4 different food companies that are all suing Blue Buffalo because they did research and found out that yes, there's chicken in that food, but it's the parts of the chicken that they throw away.
Oh, beef.
Yes, there's feathers, there's feet, there's beaks. All this stuff is in Royal Canin. And not Royal Canin, Blue Buffalo. And Blue Buffalo, it can cause heart disease for your dog. And there have been dogs that have died from the food, and they have done the proof to prove it. Wow. So that's why, like Purina and Eukanuba and Hills and Royal Canin, they are suing these people because they are lying to people and everything, and they have all these commercials that they're the best food and blah blah blah, and they're not.
All right, be right back.
Yeah, it's really sad that people have to do that stuff.
Oh, yeah, because like you said, you hear stuff on TV and stuff, and it's supposed to be so much better than everything else.
And what we tell people is, there's so many brands out there now. If you can call them and speak directly to a veterinarian nutritionist, then that's a good company to go with. If they don't have one on site, you stay away from them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Yeah, it's a shame people do stuff for money. And the guy who started Blue Buffalo, he admitted, he said that he started it because he wanted to get to $1 million, which he did. And
so that was
and then
why
he was going to sell it. So
wow.
Right before these companies finished their research on it, he sold it. So he will not get in trouble at all because he's no longer the owner. Him and his son made the $1 million and not caring what the
Now it's
animals,
somebody
what
else's
was gonna happen
problem.
to the animals. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm like, people are just awful. And clearly they don't have pets or they don't think that their pets is family. I don't know.
I hate to say that, Chris, but I've never bought into the dog food kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because my dogs eat cat food.
Yeah.
You know, they're in there trying to get the litter, and I'm just like, I'm just.
You don't
Yeah.
have to buy the most expensive food, but like I was telling her, if you can call the company and they have a veterinarian nutritionist on site that they will connect you to right then and there, it's a good company.
Okay.
If not, or they'll say, oh well, let me get them to call you back. Mm-mm. No, because you don't know who you're talking to. And you don't, sometimes they might not even fight back because they know they don't have anybody. And that's just, the way they do. Hey, it's some crazy stuff that they're going on. What vet do you go to? What vet do you go to?
Centralia Animal Hospital.
I just got dinner.
Yeah, I like them. They're just one of the more. Everybody who talks about them talks about how expensive they are. And they had a lady that was working the front desk. I swear she was so rude. Like, I hate to say this, but
Well,
I'm like,
that's starting to be everywhere right now
I
because
know,
my
but-
clinic is the same way, and I'm over it.
she was rude before rude. Like, she was just so snappy.
Yeah. That's when you have to remind her who's paying her paycheck. Customers like you,
Yeah.
clients. Yeah.
I was never so glad to see someone retire. Because she'd been there forever. Like, she was a staple. She'd been there since I started going there. So I liked them well enough that I stayed with them. But, there were just times that you call her and ask her a question, and you could just tell that you were being a thorn in her side, She was just, and I don't even know that she was trying to be rude. I think she was just so matter of fact. I have had these pictures of my baby boy smushing his face up on the glass he's 6 now. And so my whole thing that I was planning on doing with this is making a shaker out of it and putting it right up against the glass window of the shaker.
Mhm. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Oh. I know. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sounds great. Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. Bye.
So I did these pictures multiple times because I had a trip to Texas and I printed the pictures and life was good. And then I lost the pictures. So I printed the pictures all over again. Now I found these pictures. So the question is, do I just send all the pictures to the brother-in-law who was also, because it's my husband's 50th birthday party. So like, do I just send the pictures to my brother-in-law? No, he'd probably be like, you mean I don't get a scrapbook? I'm not trying to make a whole second scrapbook, you know what I mean? So it's like, I have to send him a little Christmas present anyway. So it's kind of like, all right, do I just send him the pictures and let him throw away whatever he wants to throw away?
Are you making him a scrapbook or you just?
Heck no.
Um,
Not even a little one?
Not even a little one.
Wow.
I don't know. I might have done a little one if I thought he'd keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
driving a drawer, we just look at it like, oh.
Yeah, yeah, he
You
would,
know how long it took?
that's right. He would not appreciate the time or the money that it cost me to do that. But if I can call some of these pictures out of my thing of photos. You know what? These cartoon ones I do as a kid, I'll give it to them. Look at you as a cartoon, kiddo. I bet you would get a kick out of that. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Your big butterfly and my minuscule
Oh
tiny butterfly.
You just hadn't come all the way out of your cocoon
Exactly.
yet.
It was one of the retreats. And why had I done this? Why were we butterflies?
Was it spring? Was it a spring theme or something? I don't
I
remember.
don't know, but we both decided to be butterflies.
And we were darn good at it too.
Yeah, you were particularly good at it. I was really not so much. Well, it's just because I ordered the wrong one. It was too tiny, like it was a child size.
You never know what you're gonna get.
This is still to this day one of my favorite pictures. The way she leaned her head back and grabbed my face and smiling. Doesn't she just look like she loves her Grammy so much?
And we know she does.
Yes, she does. Because I let them get away with everything.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
A couple days I've watched my youngest granddaughter all day. And as soon as she walks into my house, she wants ice cream.
Yeah.
So it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, but that's, it's those little cups I get.
Oh yeah, yeah, I get
I
those.
said, you get to have 2, so you can eat them now or save them for later, but that's all you get. She's sweet.
Yep, I have those same little cups, and they know.
Oh yeah, and I have this one little spoon, which I don't even know where I got it from, but it's like a real old baby spoon. And they fight over that spoon, and I just don't know where to find another one.
Right. We can always get one of those. They have them. Well, I think I got one in the bottom of the box of cereal, but it's a color changing spoon. So there for a little while, that was the one mine were fighting over.
They're just 2 funny little beings.
Real granddaughter. Yeah. Because last 2 times she refused to let them look in her mouth. Refused. So Heather made it again, and she said, listen, we're going to the dentist today. She's like, I don't want to go to the dentist. And Heather's like, well, if you don't go to the dentist and let them look at your teeth and clean them, they're going to just rot out your mouth. She said that she just looked at her, and she says, we all go to the dentist, but you're going to have to let them do it. So Heather's like, this is not gonna work. It's gonna be a fight. What, we're gonna just probably have to cancel it. So they get there, and she goes and walks in the door, and Heather's like, she puts her arms out to the side and says, "I'm here for my appointment." So then she got up in the chair, and she put the glasses on and did all that stuff, and they cleaned her teeth, and she had a couple cavities in 2 of her bottom molars. So Piper had already gotten down from the chair because they thought they would die. And Dennis come in and said this. And he said, we really need to seal them so that she doesn't get more cavities because, these are molars. She's going to keep until she's 12 and see if that works. And if not, we'd have to sedate her to do filling. I was like, well, let's just try that. I was like, okay, Piper, you're going to have to get back in the chair because they're going to paint 2 of your teeth. Like we paint your nails, they're going to paint your teeth with this clear stuff. And so the girl was standing there. And Piper was like, okay. So she goes to get back in the chair and she goes, here I come. I was like, oh my God.
You're so funny.
I was like, I wish I would have had like a camera going.
So they keep telling my older granddaughter that she needs to stop sucking her thumb.
Yeah.
She's like, you're gonna have braces and or
thumb,
you're gonna have to get your
the other one.
Well,
Really?
She's already got her jaw out of alignment, so they're saying that if she doesn't stop, they're going to end up having to break her jaw, which my stepdaughter had. And she looks at her mom, I want to stop sucking my thumb. She's like, okay, fine, we'll deal with it later. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Little one sucked it. She called it her dinky. And it was causing her front teeth to like bow out.
Mm-hmm.
And the dentist had told Heather, you gotta get the binky away from her because she's gonna, it's gonna cause all kind of issues. So Heather was trying to get her to break from it. She would throw fits. And so one weekend we had her, and I had a horse, so we went to see the horse. And me and my husband took her to see the horse. And we had told her, well, he told her, he said, you better leave the binky in the car because if Pistol gets it, you're not gonna have it anymore. No, she had to take it out there. Well, she dropped it. So he saw her drop it, so he went and picked it up and put it in his pocket. Well, then after a few minutes, she goes back looking for it, and she can't find it. Well, he tells her, well, I guess Pistol ate it.
Oh.
And so she went around for the longest time saying, that bad old horsey, he ate my dinky. I don't have my dinky because he ate it. I told Scott, I was like, yeah, I'd be ashamed of yourself. And, I said, I'm gonna tell
But
her
it's
the
too
truth.
funny.
She told her, I'll tell her the truth. But yeah, and I mean, we thought, okay, tonight's gonna be a disaster. I'm gonna end up giving it back to her. Nope. She asked for it one time, and we were like, "What happened to your baby?" The horsey ate it. I'm
Oh.
like, okay. I know, it was so sad. And I mean, to this day, if you go, "What happened to your baby?" She gets all like her eyebrows start to crawl, like move, and she'll go, "That mean a horsey ate my dinky." It was, I mean, she gets so mad about it. Poor child. I told Heather one time, I was like, I'm gonna give it back to her. She goes, you better not.
No, it's too hard to get rid of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it went over a whole lot better than we thought. Because I'm like, she was crying and carrying on for it. I'm gonna get back. I was like, no, we're not. We're gonna do this. That's so hard. My dinky. Like, wait till she gets older. She's gonna find out how Pappy lies in her. So I'm gonna move my stick.
Kathy's got them all.
Okay. I'll walk around.
Oh.
And stretch my knee.
Well, might as well get them for the second page too. You'll need 2 3x3s and 2 3x4s also.
Okay. So we got 2. Did you say
3x3s and 3x4s.
Okay. Is there a 4x? There's no 4x6 on the other page, right?
No. I just need the one. No, I'm done with that now.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
Making a mess.
Wow, that's a lot of pictures.
Yes. Just trying to sort some of these bad boys. I'm just trying to find photos for these pages. I sure had a lot of good Corona pictures that I needed to. The coin shortage is from people wishing that 2020 was over. Stay home order gives millions of scrapbookers excuse to hide out in their craft room.
Shoot, I didn't get to stay. I had to go to work. I had to find it during her COVID. Knock on wood, I have. So many people. But, so I still had to go in and people who come in and show up and I had to take outside and pick up like medications and food and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, me and her drove. And they gave us $200 extra. I'm like,
That's it? Wait,
yeah.
who did? Your company
The
or?
company. So the people who had COVID and stuff that was out for 2 weeks, they got paid like their normal pay, you know, because there for a while, remember the whatever it was gave the companies to pay us who was there every day, all day.
You didn't get any bonuses.
They gave us $200 and then took tax out of it.
Wow.
I was like, well, other than this, I would just stayed on.
Yeah.
This is one of my first days back doing hair from after Corona. She just said she was going to be especially safe.
Crazy time.
So glad that's over. That's all I got to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It is going around like crazy now, but the difference is that it's you know, the strain is back to what it was before it became COVID-19. So
And flu, COVID, and strep throat.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
Lord. He's a nurse, I guess.
yeah. Hello there, sweet daughter. How are you? You're fabulous. Uh-huh. Well, it's definitely old because I have not been on TikTok for years. So it was probably, remember when we went to Disney together? I feel like it was probably uh that. I feel like it was probably from back then because I had gotten a TikTok then to follow Carter. Probably. And that's, well, I think it's probably back from when, like you said, back from when you had a TikTok when we were in Disney. Because that's when I had gotten on TikTok and had followed y'all. For what? Oh, that's awesome. Yep, nope, I'm pretty sure that would have been from back in the day. I have a feeling. Because Carter was on it and I was following him. And the girls were on it and they were all making little TikToks. Yeah. Okay, love you. Bye. No.
I just expect you to do it.
No. My younger daughter said, "Oh yeah, that looks fun. Maybe I'll do that with you. I'll do that with you." I was like, "Oh good, let's go do it." She said, "No, I'll do it with you when I'm old." I was like, "All right then, that's great."
My daughter went to Europe her senior year of high school, and she started scrapbooking all that, and she never finished it, and that was the end of that. Now, if we're doing something crafty, she'll do it, like we did the home
Yes.
thing. They came for that. So they like to do it. They just don't want to take the time. And I can understand my youngest one. Girls.
Mine, you know, it's like when they're little kids, when they have little kids, they just don't have time for it.
Right.
Like my daughter, she was funny because she was like making fun of me scrapbooking, but she would get in my room in a second. And when she was in my room, like I always knew she'd been there because there was like the punches were out and there'd be little heart confetti all over. And I'm like, oh, she's going to make fun of me, but she surely is. You know, she's surely taking advantage of this craft room whenever she can. But yeah, she's the one who said, I'll craft with you when I'm old. Which really more entails when my kids are old. Or, you know, when my kids can do without me. Right now, you know, they're 3 and 6, so I can't even talk to her on the phone. You know, she'll call me and start a conversation, and then all I hear in the background is rah, you know, the kids hollering, and then she'll be like, I can't hear you, Mom, you're breaking up. And I'm like, it is not me, I promise. It is not me on my end breaking up.
We were just talking earlier, so the three of us were on, about we were going to get lunch before we went and did this craft thing on Sunday, and trying to decide where we wanted to go. So my oldest daughter says, let's go to Toast. So I hear in the background Cheyenne yells, I want to go to Toast. Whatever that is.
She doesn't even know what Toast
I know.
is, but if everybody else is going, she's going too.
She wants to be part of everything.
I get it. Yeah, this was super cute. My this was Haley when she was a baby. Like this is how you know you did too much McDonald's, too many drive-throughs, because and this didn't happen to me. My mama had dropped off I had gone to the airport. Where was I going? I don't know where I was going. No, it was a hair thing. It was back when I was doing hair, or I was still doing hair, but you know what I mean, when I was traveling to do hair. And so anyway, Mama had dropped me off at the airport. And so then when we go to leave, or when she goes to leave, she pulls up at the booth, which is a brick building, to pay to get out of the airport. And Haley is in the front seat. Now, even though we'd eaten on the way, all she sees is this brick building. And so she's like, I want a chicken nugget Happy Meal. Like she thought she was at McDonald's. I want a chicken nugget Happy Meal.
Oh gosh.
They are. So true. Boy, my cats, you know how so many people's cats get in boxes? Mine don't do that so much, but I have this one picture. Daphne got in a box, and I must have been so impressed. I took 28 pictures of her in that box. I'm not kidding. I'm like, every time I turn around, there's another picture of that child in that baby girl in that box. Boy, I sure was happy about her being in the box. And how am I supposed to scrapbook these pictures of Jasper? He was always naked. Like, he's nothing but underwear. How can I scrapbook pictures of this kid?
In his underwear?
Yeah, in his underwear.
Oh, I did. My son was like that too.
Well, but I mean, I can't advertise them.
Oh yeah.
I can scrapbook them for myself, but I can't. I can't put them on Facebook and say, come to my next class.
Except most likely anybody that has little boys probably has the same thing.
Well, he started out with that he didn't want any clothes but underwear on. And now he's turned on the basketball shorts, but that's all. Like he wants no underwear now. It's just basketball shorts. But all of the little, because his mama decided maybe it was just the the regular underwear that was bothering him. So she bought him all these like Pokemon and all these characters of boxers.
Underoos.
So now Ivy I walk in and Ivy is the one that's naked, except for she's wearing Jasper's boxers. And it's all like boy,
Yeah.
like boy boxers. Oh, well, there's the cat. I got him in a basket. Okay, something besides a box.
So is that what this is for? To make these?
No, that's your 3x4 mat. Here we go. Here's a piece that was for that.
Oh.
So that 3x4 will go on.
Must be page 6.
Yes. See where I have that on top
Oh,
of?
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, I'm so glad all those mask days are over. I have so many pictures of people in masks. I'm like, who was that? I sure have a lot of Easter pictures. Boy, every time those kids do eggs, I take a lot of photos of it.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, this was great. So the cat got in the high chair at Easter dinner.
Oh,
And he just sat there like, yes,
Where's
yes,
my
it's
face?
my, yes, where's my plate? Fix me a plate. I just now found a bunch of pictures of Jasper when he was a baby, like little. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how cute he was and how sweet, kind and loving and huggy. Oh, and now he is dirty. And this morning he was talking about the chickens, and he was like, he knows the word poop, but yet he's got to talk to me. He's like, so, yeah, we were talking about the dogs and being disgusting and stuff they're doing. He's like, when the chickens S in the ground. And I'm like, yes. He said, so he said it about 3 more times. Well, Clyde, when he sees chicken S, he likes to go and get in it and roll around in the chicken S. And I'm like, just call it poop. Just stop calling it chicken S. Like, he is just cruising for a bruiser. Easter and Christmas all in the same pile here. And back to Easter. Looks like doubles of Easter. Why do I print so many pictures?
Can't help ourselves.
But it's doubles of them. Would be one thing if it was just one of each picture. I think. Well, and there for a while, I will say, I was printing everything in doubles because I'd give half of them to Mama. And all of these are back, while she was still alive. So that's probably where they came from. So do you like the cricketing? If there's some good cricket stuff, should I cricket some more? Ugh, knew you'd say that. I'll have to kind of. All right, I'll remember that. We like it. Well, like the other one I really did like. The
Yeah.
one we had from oh yeah. That was a great set for cricketing too. Going through these pictures, that one Christmas that Mama was in the hospital after her heart attack. And it was while I was trying to open this place. And so Jasper and Haley and I went up and spent Christmas Day and took her presents so she could have Christmas, in the hospital. And we drove up there. And the whole time before Christmas, because I was opening this place January 1st. So every single day I go to work. I would either come here. No, I'd go to the hospital first and then come here and work on doing these floors until about 2 o'clock in the morning and do it all over again. Like every day it was go see mama. It was the same.
You had to put these to work?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could have paid somebody, but I didn't know I was going to have to do floors when I moved in the place. They gave me a month's free rent they gave me 2 months free rent, but I thought I was getting 2 months free rent. Plus they were supposed to give me, they were supposed to do the floors when I signed the contract with them. They were supposed to do the floors and I was supposed to just go pick, but somehow when it came down to it, that wasn't in the contract. So anyway, that didn't happen. Yep. Well, no, they said it wasn't, yeah, nice how it disappeared out of the contract. But so anyway, so at that moment, I was just trying everything I could do to get this place up and running and open by then. But then with mama being in the hospital, every single day, I did not miss one day going to see her in that hospital. And then when she got out, lo and behold, she doesn't remember any of it.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I was there every day, and she remembered nothing.
Aww.
Did you have to put in your salon stuff too?
Yeah.
Like all of that?
Oh yeah. It was nothing. It was carpet. It was like shag carpet. Oh yeah, this place. Oh well, maybe not shag carpet, but this place was part of the gym. It was originally part of the gym, and these floors under here, there's still a bump here and there where I couldn't get it fixed, but they had so much, they had the foam from a gym, in the weightlifting part, they have those foam floors, and they had them glued down.
Oh yeah.
And then when they pulled them up, it was just, it was just ragged pieces of that foam everywhere. There was glue and adhesive everywhere. It was the biggest mess you ever saw. So that's why I was unwilling to do the floors, because it was such a mess. I was just like, there is just no way I'm doing this. And then when it didn't work out and I did have to do it, I was livid. But they did work out. I want to say they added an extra month onto my.
You have to pay out of pocket.
Yep. Yes, I sure did. Yeah, I was not trying to take any loans. I did have to pull out a credit card, get a credit card for the flooring, but it got paid off I just set straight to paying it instead of paying my rent here. I just paid that. What was just killing me was how, I was so determined to see her every single day. And then the fact that she didn't remember me showing up once. It's like, oh my gosh. But I could have never lived with myself if I did go.
Yeah.
She was in Johnson Willis. Yeah, not too bad. The problem was more just, the time, because once I got up there, I wanted to stay with her about an hour. And even when she was talking to me, she didn't even remember when she was talking to me.
Yeah.
Because when when she was just up there and she was still out, I didn't feel like I had to stay for hours on that. You know what I mean? Okay. Now what? And check out this photo holder I got. First time putting photos in it. Oh, and they fit. Do they fit? This whole thing is like $12.99.
Oh, wow.
How much?
$12.99, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. Not trying to take away from me or Vicky, but for $12.99. So now I'm gonna see why. Can't get the box open. There we go. Are you finished with them all?
I am done.
Look at you go. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, you can turn this off
Okay,
now.
I will turn it off. All right. Okay, ladies. Thank you for joining us. And
Good night.
we're gonna finish up. Thank you for your purchase. Okay, see ya.